All right, the AI world has two new heavyweights in the ring, Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.5 and OpenAI's GPT 5.2. But listen, if you're here expecting a simple head-to-head winner-take-all fight, you are watching the wrong match. What's really happening here is a huge shift in how we even think about building with AI. This isn't just a new chapter, my friends. It is a whole new playbook. In this quote right here, this says it all. This is the big takeaway. It's signaling a massive change in the AI landscape. You know that whole race to find the one all-powerful king model that can solve every single problem? Yeah, that's officially over. So if the king has been dethroned, what's taking its place? Let's get into it. For the last year or so, the entire AI space has felt like this frantic arms race, right? Every couple of months, a new best model drops, and it creates this insane pressure for tech leaders to just pick a side. It's the classic paradox of choice, and it's leaving everyone wondering, are we betting on the right horse here? And that brings us to today's main event, introducing our two new champions. In this corner, we've got Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.5, and in the other, OpenAI's GPT 5.2. Now, at first glance, this looks like a straight-up battle for the crown, doesn't it? I mean, just look at the spec sheet. The choice seems almost impossible. Both of these are absolute powerhouses. They've both got top-tier performance, huge context windows, some really advanced agentic abilities, meaning they can kind of work on their own. And they support both text and images. They're both totally ready for enterprise use. So how on earth are you supposed to choose? Well, this is where the real story starts to unfold, because this isn't really a simple race to be the best overall. What we're actually seeing is a deep, functional specialization. So the key question is no longer who is better, but instead, what is each model uniquely and very intentionally built to do? Which, of course, brings us right back to the one question every single developer is asking themselves right now. If you had to pick one, which one is truly better? And the answer is, you're asking the wrong question. See, they're both the best, but they're best at completely different jobs. Think about it like this. Claude Opus 4.5 is your master craftsman. It's built for the hands-on work, reliable implementation, speed, and just nailing the execution of code. GPT 5.2, though, that's your master architect. It excels at the high-level, big-picture thinking, deep reasoning, strategic planning, and pulling key insights out of mountains of data. And hey, this isn't just a nice little analogy. The data backs it up perfectly. Take a look at SWE-bench, which is a test for fixing real-world bugs in code. Opus 4.5 edges out the win, proving it's the better craftsman. But then, look at the benchmarks for math and abstract reasoning. GPT 5.2 scores a perfect 100% in math and has a commanding lead in reasoning. That's the architect, the deep thinker, really showing off in the numbers. But of course, performance is only one piece of the puzzle. In the real world, you have to talk about the money. You have to talk about cost. And this is where the economics of actually using these models gets really, really interesting. Now, if you just look at the simple price per token, GPT 5.2 thinking seems like the obvious winner. It's way cheaper than Claude Opus 4.5, especially on the output side. So, case closed, right? GPT is just the cheaper option? Well, not so fast. This is where you find the hidden costs. See, GPT 5.2 has what we could call a reasoning tax. All the internal thinking it does to solve your problem actually generates extra tokens that you get billed for. This can make your costs really unpredictable. Claude, on the other hand, gives you this incredible effort parameter. It's a unique knob you can turn to explicitly control the trade-off between how hard it thinks and how much it costs. It literally puts you in the driver's seat of your budget. But the single biggest economic difference, the real bombshell, comes down to one critical use case: retrieval augmented generation, or RAG. Now, in simple terms, this is when you give the AI a massive document to read, like your company's entire code base, to use as its brain before you ask it a question. And on this specific playing field, the economics get flipped completely upside down. For Claude, loading up that code base costs you the standard rate, $5 for every million tokens you feed it. And if your app is doing that all day long, that cost adds up fast. But now, look at GPT 5.2. OpenAI introduced an insane 90% discount for cached inputs. That means if you use that same document more than once, the cost absolutely plummets to less than 18 cents. For any application built on Reg, this isn't just a small advantage. It is a total, undeniable game changer. Okay, so we've covered performance and we've covered cost. But there's a third critical factor we have to talk about: the actual real-world experience of using the model. And for developers who are in the trenches, coding every day, that often boils down to one simple thing: speed. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote from a developer on Reddit just captures the feeling perfectly. That deep, powerful reasoning that makes GPT 5.2 so smart, well, it comes at a price. And that price is time. It's latency. And this is a really crucial point. Latency isn't just some minor annoyance, it fundamentally defines what you can even build with the model. Claude Opus 4.5 is praised for being super fast, which makes it perfect for interactive tools where a developer needs a response right now. GPT 5.2's high latency makes that kind of back and forth almost impossible, pushing it towards tasks that can run in the background out of sight. Which brings us to another little nugget of wisdom from the developer community. And this one just perfectly sets up the ultimate solution. Implement with Opus and have GPT review. And that right there is the heart of the new strategy. The solution isn't to pick a single winner. It's to build a winning team. It's about creating a hybrid playbook that uses the absolute best tool, or in this case, model, for the right job at the right time. Let's walk through how this would work with a code review agent. Okay, step 1, context. You load the entire codebase using GPT 5.2 to get that massive 90% caching discount. Step 2, planning. You stick with GPT to find those deep, tricky architectural flaws using its powerful reasoning. Step 3, patching. For the actual code fix, you switch over to the master Craftsman, Claude Opus 4.5, for its surgical precision. And finally, step 4, debugging. For the interactive back and forth, you default back to the super fast Claude to keep the developer in their flow state. So this slide right here is your practical takeaway. This is the cheat sheet. Think of it as a decision matrix for your workflow. Are you implementing a bug fix? Go with Claude for its speed and accuracy. Planning a whole new complex system? You need GPT's architect-level reasoning. Building a RAG system on a big code base? That 90% discount makes GPT the only logical choice. This is the new hybrid playbook, right here in action. So if you take just one thing away from all this, let it be this: stop searching for one king to rule them all. The most important mental shift you can make right now is to stop asking which model is the best and start asking which model is the best for this specific task. And that leaves us with one final big question to think about. As these models keep getting better, as latency improves and their abilities mature, will one of them eventually get good enough at everything to retake the throne? Or have we just entered a new era where AI development is permanently a team sport of highly specialized players? You know what? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching.